Transformations and translations. The first type of transformation that you're going to learn about is a translation. So we have first what a transformation is, and a transformation is where it changes in the position, orientation, or size of a given figure. So there's different types of transformations, as you can see here in the picture with the stop sign. For example, the two stop signs are identical in shape and size, but the second stop sign is in a different position than the first. This resulting figure is known as an image. So when you make the second picture, it's considered the image. Notice image points or figures are labeled with this little slash mark, which is read as a prime. So when you're creating your new picture, you label it with a prime, because if you said figure A and figure A, that wouldn't make sense. So you need to identify which one's the new picture, so you put the little apostrophe for the prime. So the second sign is an image of the first, and you label it A prime. There are four types of transformations: translations, which is the first one we're going to look at; reflections, which we will look at afterwards; rotations; and dilations. So, a translation, if you look in the word translation, it has the letters SL. So, a translation is when a figure is sliding. Okay, it slides to the left, which would be represented with a negative, or right, which is a positive, or up as a positive or plus, or down, minus on the coordinate grid. We can describe this motion two ways: verbally. So for example, figure A was translated 3 units up and 2 units left to form A prime. So you can see in the picture, it went 3. So if I just look at that first point, the whole picture went 3 spaces up and 2 spaces left. So that's how you would see it written verbally. Now if we continue on, now you would have it algebraically. Algebraically is, for example, x minus 2 or y plus 5. So if you think the x-axis goes left or right, and so if we are subtracting, that means it is going to the left. Okay, so you're moving to the left 2 places. Now the y plus 5, that's the y-axis. It's saying plus 5, so you're moving this picture up 5. Okay, so since left to right translations affect the x-coordinate, this translation is left 2 units. And up and down translations affect the y-coordinate. This is a translation up 5 units. In other words, the minus and plus behind the x and y represent the direction of the figure it is going. Okay? Moving along, you have these try it on your own questions. When you answer the question, you can drag the smiley face away and you can see if your answer choice was correct. Remember, the prime is the new picture. So this picture A was moved to this position. It was translated. You slid that image over to this spot. Now think about, where did you go? All right, moving along. So I'm not going to read through all of these, but I do notice that the image was moved 3 spaces to the right and 2 spaces up. Now I'm just going to practice writing these algebraically because that is mainly the way you will see it. So when you write an algebraic rule, you start with the xy, so the xy coordinate. Now if you think, okay, my x coordinate, what's happening to my x coordinate, that's the left or right, and since it says you're going 3 spaces to the right, your x coordinate, you're adding 3 and then comma y. Then for the y, it says you're going 2 units up, so that's plus 2. So that would be your algebraic rule for this translation. Moving along, now remember, important note, the original image is labeled just with the letter And then the new image is labeled with that little apostrophe or the prime. Okay, so on this one, well, it says we are going to do the following, which says 5 units to the left and 3 units up. So just practicing the algebraic rule, we always start with x, y. The x-coordinate, let's see, the x-coordinate is left, right, and I see it says 5 to the left. So since we're moving to the left, we're going to subtract 5. And the y-coordinate says we're going up 3, so that would be plus 3. That's your algebraic rule for this translation, where you slid the picture to the left 5 and up 3. Next, just know that shapes can also be translated. When you translate a shape, it's going to stay the same size. It's just going to slide around on the coordinate graph. So over here, let's see. Same thing. When you translate your image, it's labeled with the prime marks. Okay, next one. So we're going to translate this shape. Now when you're translating a shape, you want to move each point. So you move each point wherever it tells you to go. But my main focus, again, is just practicing the algebraic rule for what it's saying we're going to do. So always start with x, y. Then we take the x-coordinate. Well, x-coordinate, let's see, it's telling us it's going 5 left. So minus 5. And the y says you're going 2 up, so plus 2. There's your algebraic rule for the translation of this figure. Now that's all you really need to know for your translations. Translations are where you slide the figure. It doesn't turn any way. It just moves left or right, up or down. Sometimes it might just move up or down and not left or right. And that's okay. So good luck on your assignment. Let me know if you need help.